Here we go, here we go, here we go. This is saying what Jimmy Babcock does. Driver's ready. Marshall's ready. Down and quiet.
Camden Lime, the LiveRC official start tone. And as Marshall Patten in the Agama, getting a good start here with Mike Dana.
He got nailed, Dana's. Not dead last. Who is that all the way back? Is that Lerone Hearn?
Oh man, and the car that was leading getting stuck up on the pipe going up the face of the cash out double.
This is crazy right
what
now.
a messy first lap. This is worse than Sportsman. Or better, depending on your perspective. Addy Musaefendic from 5th on the grid.
Oscar scrap.
Jay Smoker had to stop and let people lap, and the melee is still not over. Over the team associated stepping stone there. He's going to lose a few more spots. Unfortunately, nothing, no big jumps for him to sky over. And Oscar Spratley from 10th on the grid has made his way up to lead. Reid started dead last in this open buggy B main after 2 laps, has worked his way up into 2nd. And Mike Dana back into a transfer spot after an ugly start. So the top 3, totally different.
Monty Houston from 3rd drops all the way down to the 12th spot.
Yeah, tough start here for Fusion X Motorsports, Monty Houston.
From 1st to 14th, it's 10 seconds. That's it.
Well, yeah, sure. First lap. First couple laps here. Top 3 trying to break away. Looks like the top 2 have a little bit of a gap. Oscar Spratley and Reid. And Reid, one of those drivers we talked about, has already bumped up. Race at the tone instead of just qualifying here. Learn how to get around the track a little bit, and a great start for Reid. Spot his way into 2nd. Spratley here, an impressive start from 10th on the grid in the orange and black. And as I say that, Reid rolling it over now. Mike Dana to the 2nd spot.
Mike Dana has been going to quite a few big races. He was at DNC. He made mains there. He's a really fast driver.
Yeah, Mike Dana's been racing for quite a long time. Know him as a member of the old
Smoker in the 4th spot. Troy Sears in the 5th spot. And Ronda Drake moves up to the 6th spot after starting 11th on the grid. Addy Musaefendic spot. That's a hard word last name to say.
Muegge?
No, not Muegge.
Musaefendic?
Yeah, Musaefendic.
Yeah.
Is that it? Musaefendic?
Yeah. Musaefendic. Marshall Patten started up front, led for the first, like, what,
2
lap?
corners.
Yeah, not even that. You're right. He crashed there coming down the top of the hill, dropped all the way to 13th, and now Patten's going to have his work cut out for him.
Holy cow, it's a big battle all the way down from 4th to 10th.
Now all separated by just a few seconds. From 4th to 10th, it's about 12 seconds. Oscar Spratley out front by 2.2 over Mike Dana. And they're 3.8 seconds from Dana back to Reid. So the top 3 have sorted themselves out comfortably. Jay Smoker running 4th was 2.8 seconds behind Reid at the line last time by, but that may have changed here.
And there's Ronda Drake moving up to the 5th spot now. Now is a 4.8 seconds away from Jay Smoker, tripling it up.
Ronda Drake with Addy Musaefendic. Oh, spinning out up at the top of the hill. That was weird. Troy Sears stomping on the brakes to not hit him up at the top of the lifetime back patio, and then getting by to the inside as Musaefendic made a mistake going into the greedy fingers. So Troy Sears moving up to 6th, trying to chase down Ronda Drake for 5th. Jay Smoker trying to reel in Reid, making up 0.7 of a second on the last lap. So the battle for 3rd separated by just 1 second. And a battle out front as Mike the Hammer Dana was just 0.7 of a second up on Oscar Spratley at the line last time by.
Is that his nickname?
Yeah, apparently. Got an AKA instant replay. Here's up the top of the hill. Oh, that's okay. So they had already gotten together, and that's why Troy Sears hit the brake, as he had already spun out Addy Musaefendic. So nice, nice move there from Troy Sears.
And now it's Reid and Jay Smoker are now 2 and 3, and Oscar Spratley moves down to the 4th spot. So Ronda Drake now 4 seconds off of the 4th spot of Oscar Spratley.
And Spratley with a mistake there allowed Smoker to get by for the 3rd transfer position, the chief strategist for JQ Racing.
It looks like Smoker moves up to the 2nd spot after passing Reid.
Well, so Reid with a mistake as well. So Smoker from 4th to 2nd in just a couple laps here. And 0.4 of a second apart at the line. Smoker not going big on the left side. That's unlike him.
I asked him when I was eating with him, I said, "Are you tripling that other side?" He was like, "Kid, you don't even know who you're talking to."
Reid with another mistake up at the top. Actually,
and there goes
3
Ronda
mistakes.
Drake.
Wow. Reid crashing 4 times in just the lifetime back patio section, going from what was 2nd to, I think, 5th in the span of about 30 feet.
So now it's going to be Oscar Spratley moving up to the 3rd spot and Ronda Drake moving up to the 4th spot, and probably Addy Musaefendic. And Monty Houston passing, getting to the 6th spot now after 14th on the 1st lap.
Shuffling around here at the top, Ronda Drake with a personal best last time by 36.2. It was actually Jay Smoker, the fastest car on the track, however, in the 2nd spot with a 35.9.
It looks like Mike Dana made a mistake, and now dropping down to the 3rd spot. Battling it out with Oscar Spratley.
Oh yeah, Smoker did make it by for the lead.
Spratley coming in for the pits.
Mike Dana pitting a bit early at the 6:16 mark.
Spratley went in.
I know. Dana pitted last lap. Spratley, Reid, and Musaefendic into pit lane here at just past the 7-minute point.
That's early to pit.
It is. Maybe you wanted to get out of traffic a little bit. You got to be able to go 6:40 to do this 20-minute race in 2 stops, and I think that's pretty easy for pretty much everybody here. So maybe Mike Dana figured he'd pit a little bit early here on the first stint, maybe stretch the second one out a little bit. And now Jay Smoker, the race leader, pitting at the 7:30 mark. The only driver in the top 5, top 6 who has not yet pitted. Actually, Ronda Drake and Monty Houston, neither of them have pitted.
Oh, Jay Smoker getting nailed by, well, Jay Smoker jumping into the Ronda Drake, and then Ronda Drake getting into Smoker, and then Houston getting into both of them. So just a freight train going through. It's a battle for the bump right now, or actually, it is now a battle for the 2nd spot. They just need to work together, and they'll be good. Both of them staying out there at 8:30, so they're gonna have a 9 minutes already going in.
Have to wonder then if Drake and
10.
Houston, yeah, both of them probably looking to go 10, eliminate a pit stop. There's probably a call from the beginning there for Ronda Drake coming from 11th on the grid. Thought maybe that, extending that pit strategy would give her a chance to get through traffic a little bit, cutting out one of these pit stops. Make it on just 1 stop. Monty Houston, of course, Fusion X Motorsports. Have to wonder if that was his plan at the beginning.
And they're going another one.
Yep.
So they're going 10.
Well, this is going to be tricky, though, because with a 36-second lap, they're going to come around right at 9:36. And then to go another lap, they'd be like 10:20. So
they're both tripling, too, so they're not conserving fuel.
No, but Ronda does drive really easy as well. So
she does? I thought she was punched.
I don't really think so. Oh, there she was kind of punched a little bit. Got out of shape going into the fishhook section.
He's still in the 3rd spot, though, so she's fine. But Smoker catching up to them, and he has a pit stop. So it's basically the battle of Ronda Drake and Monty Houston, basically for the bump spot, because they both have to come in for fuel. And then Monty Houston getting around, and Ronda Drake triples right over him.
So Drake and Houston opting to stay out for that one more lap, so they'll be coming around right about the 10:20 mark, which is pretty much, I mean, the minimum for what you need to be able to do for this 20-minute main in one pit stop. Oh, Houston getting it wrong, exiting the lane change into the team associated stepping stone.
Ronda Drake with the good line through there, and then that wasn't a good line.
Nope, Drake getting hung up on the pipe, heading to the cash out double. Getting back on the right side of the pipe, gets into Monty Houston on the Savox dance floor. And here comes Ronda. Monty Houston staying out one more. That doesn't seem
quite right.
Yeah. Adam grabbing his wife's car, putting it up on the blocks, a full tank of fuel, and back out.
And she's good for the rest of the race.
Got an AKA Products instant replay here. Over on the left side of the track, Monty got it wrong, going up the face of the A-Main Canyon Gap, and Drake jumped right over the top to take the spot.
We are following Monty Houston going over the cash out double into the dance floor, jumping into the poker table. Oh, late decision again. David Talley did that too.
Yeah, Monty had to have pit. I mean, he's gone 11 minutes. Oh, and going with the fuel bottle.
And Ron Reid now in the second spot.
Yep, Mike Dana, Ron Reid, and Chase Smoker likely taking over the third spot. Of course, Monty Houston will pit. Monty and Ronda will pit one time fewer than everybody else.
Dang, Monty went 11 minutes?
Yeah, that's nuts.
Well, it was more like 11, like 15.
No, because he came right by at the 11-minute mark and went
did?
Straight into pit lane. So.
And he wasted a little time trying
to
squeeze it in around. And then a fuel bottle makes it even worse. Whoa, Ronda Drake flying right off the track.
But patiently getting back on the right side of the pipe. You see a lot of people that jump into the infield section and then they're...
And there's Paul Somarriba right on their tail. So it's a great battle.
Yeah.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the battle for the bump right there. Paul Somarriba and Ron Reid both taking 2-minute pit stop strategy. And Ronda Drake and Monty Houston aren't. So it's a great battle right now. Just like the Pro Truggy man. Holy cow.
Oh, Monty looking to the inside of Ronda Drake coming onto the Las Vegas Strip.
And she slams the door, but then she gets off the pipe.
Again, having trouble on that left-hand side.
Okay, Ronda, just stay smooth. You can't hear me.
No, she can't. Paul Somarriba getting by there, now following Monty Houston as Drake dropping from 4th to 6th.
I'll get Bob to put these on her ears, and then she can hear me.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. You can give the drivers advice here from the LiveRC broadcast booth. Oh,
whoa.
Big collision there in the back right corner. That's going to stack up the running order
so
a
it's
bit.
Paul Somarriba in the third spot now.
Nice.
Then it's Monty Houston, Ronda Drake, Ron Reid, Craig Menny, Oscar Spratley.
Mike Dana, meanwhile, out front just had a personal best, 35.842 as the race leader. The Hammer trying to slam his way into the main event. Had a 14.6 second cushion on Jay Smoker at the line last time by. And Paul Somarriba from 9th on the grid, the most recent driver to hold down the third transfer spot. Somarriba, Houston, Drake, Reid, Muegge, Spratley, and Hill all the way from 3rd to 9th. Still not yet out of this one. Checking out a Savox track cam view of our pit lane.
It's Ronda Drake in the 4th spot and Monty Houston. So I feel like it's going to be Monty and Drake battling it out for the 3rd spot because they took the one pit stop strategy.
That's true. Mike Dana into pit lane for his 2nd time.
There's Randy Sides filling him up and throwing him out.
So Dana with a 14-second lead back to Jay Smoker should be able to get in and out of pit lane on his outlap here with the race lead. I don't see Smoker in the frame, so Mike the Hammer Dana hitting the nail on the head here in the open buggy B main.
Paul Somarriba flames out in pit lane.
Oh, bummer. Somarriba started 9th and worked his way up into the battle for the 3rd transfer spot and is going to have a long pit stop here. Should knock him out of contention. He's already dropping out of the top 8. So Dana, Smoker, both done with their pit stops. Monty Houston and Ronda Drake, 3rd and 4th. They're on the one-stop strategy. They're separated by less than 0.4 of a second at the line last time by, so that should be the most important battle on the track, and now it's Monty Houston up into second, Jay Smoker to third, Ronda Drake has slipped to fourth. Ronda's 1.5 seconds behind Smoker for the final transfer spot.
There's Mike Dana going over the cash out double into the dance floor. Going into the poker table and down the straightaway he goes. It's Mike Dana with 14.9 seconds on Monty Houston. Houston with 0.8 of a second on Smoker, and Smoker with 1.5 seconds on the Drake.
Mrs. Drake.
Mrs. Drake.
Half of the Dronda.
And there's Ronda Drake right on Jay Smoker's tail with the triple.
Yep, Drake pushing the envelope a little bit. Smoker going way around the outside at the top of the lifetime scoring engine back patio section.
And then Smoker with the mistake.
Yep, Smoker rolling it over before the greedy fingers, and Drake able to drive right on by, so she's going to move back into the third transfer spot.
Actually, Ronda's not the fastest one out there, but she's been really consistent.
Yep, and that's the name of the game here on this increasingly difficult track here at the RC Tracks of Las Vegas.
It wasn't difficult the first day, and then the second day, and the third day.
Right.
Now it's getting a lot harder.
Which is exactly what Chris Tocco tried to do, I think, with had a less than super difficult layout at the Worlds, and then similar difficulty here at the Silver State, trying to make the track easy to navigate once it gets rough. Smoker with a great move through the lane change to drive on by, makes a mistake through the fish hook. Drake drives right over the front of his car as he was out of shape to retake the transfer spot. Smoker with a mistake in the back right corner.
And we have 3 minutes left. Houston and Drake with the mistake, but then not Houston, Smoker with the mistake.
Oh, and Smoker crashing again, jumping off the lifetime back patio. Having
Smoker
even more
again.
trouble in the AKA double down.
It's basically what Ron Reid did as well.
Right.
We have an AKA instant replay.
Here's Ronda going a little wide through the lane change. Smoker drove right to the inside and was able to clear before the team associated stepping stone. Great move there for Smoker. Unfortunately, threw it away on the following lap, as Ronda had a 4.9 second lead over Smoker at the line last time by in what would be the final transfer spot. Dana, Houston, Drake looking to go to the open buggy. Amen.
Why'd you steal my words? You stole them. You were saying them when I said them.
I was trying to.
So Mike Dana, the hammer, running in the first spot. Monty Houston in the second spot, and Ronda Drake in the third spot. Now Smoker 5 seconds off of your transfer. Ronda Drake or Mrs. Drake. Didn't Ronda run Muegge before she went to TLR, and then?
Yep.
So it was Drake running TLR, and then she ran Muegge, and then she went to TLR with Drake, and then they both went back to Muegge.
Yep. Yeah, Ronda raced, and actually Ronda raced for TLR for 10 scale for a long time too, even before she and Adam got married. So it was kind of interesting watching them go back and forth. Of course, Adam was with TLR for over 20 years, and then made the switch over to Muegge Seiki. Brought Ronda back with him, and then with the switch back to OS engines, Ronda ran OS engines for quite a while.
So she's back where she started.
Yep.
Jedi never changed.
I think it's always nice to go do something different for a little while.
Ronda's gonna come in.
Thought she was coming in for a splash and go.
She might do it next lap.
Hear that Adam is down in pit lane with the fuel gun in his hand in case she wants to make a last minute stop. But she will be coming by just like 10 seconds before.
And she might just edge out Smoke. Oh,
it looks like Adam put the fuel gun back down. So, yeah, she's going to have to hang on here. She's got 7.1 seconds over Craig Muegge. but she will have to make it by for the final lap, and she's not going to come into pit lane, so she does have to finish this lap without running out of fuel. And this...
You just need to be nice and smooth, take some throttle control, and I need to take some of that advice sometimes.
Yeah, save fuel. I think anytime you have the mentality of saving fuel, sometimes it makes you drive a little bit easier and you can minimize mistakes. And Ronda just a couple corners away as Mike Dana has already wrapped up the first transfer spot. Monty Houston will finish second, and Drake making it by on fuel no problem. And driving her way into the open Buggy A main. Congratulations to the Drake family.
And I have to go see my dad.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here in the A main Performance Hobbies broadcast booth, Camden Lime. Good luck.
Thank you.
Checking out our Savox track cam here as the open Buggy B main drivers pull into pit lane. Mike Dana taking the win. Monty Houston finishing second. Ronda Drake rounding out the 3 transfer spots. Craig Muegge finishing 4th. Graham Hill 5th. Jay Smoker 6th. Oscar Spratley 7th. Ron Reid 8th. Marshall Patten 9th. And Paul Somarriba rounding out the top 10. And Chris Nelson, Radcliff Brill, Addy Musaefendic, Troy Sears, and Tobin Hammock, the complete finishing order. So coming up next, I believe, the final B main of the day. Pro Buggy B